Good morning, Cheryl Ann.
Good morning, Ms. Iris. How are you?
Coffee. Yay.
Yes,
look at this
coffee.
cup. It's so beautiful.
This was from my daughter. Don't give up the daydream.
Oh, I love
So
that.
don't
That's
quit
beautiful.
your daydream. So
Very
absolutely.
nice. Yeah.
You gotta keep going.
Keep going.
And this is, I guess this is a big enough, I don't know how many ounces this is, to be honest with you. I did not,
It's bigger than this. It's like double. I think it would hold like what? I don't know.
16
20
ounces.
ounces.
Probably. I don't know. To clarity, I did not fill this whole thing up.
You know, we should
So I
get a
only filled it
glass
up.
measuring cup.
We should. So next time when we're out, we will let you guys know exactly how much coffee I'm consuming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how was
I'm
your
on my
weekend?
second cup. My week was good. It was really busy. Is that what
This
you
is
said?
my second cup. I have a big second cup.
Big cup.
Yes, I said how's your week?
I was so busy this morning coming here. I forgot to put my earrings
Oh,
on.
you look beautiful.
And I feel like,
You're
know,
naked?
like, yeah.
You
'Cause
look
I
beautiful.
forgot to
I
put 'em in.
love polka dots, little sexy
I do
sleeves.
too. I love polka dots.
Wow.
If I could, I'd have more polka dot tops and stuff.
Oh, I have
This
tops,
is a dress,
I have
but
skirts, I have a
it's
dress.
kind of tight. I've gained
I
some
have,
weight.
no, it looks
Yeah.
great. And you have a cute little skirt on. You're just all, she's all,
I've got red on
Oh,
underneath
wow,
my
wow.
polka dots. Red everywhere. Red.
well, that's not on this episode. So, keep it clean, girl. No. Anyway.
It's clean.
It is clean.
Red and polka dot. You know, Betty Boop or whoever.
Oh, yeah.
you know, red. Where did your mind go?
No, I was playing. You
I
have
thought
to
it
have
was
fun on
clean.
this, people.
It was clean.
Ow.
Anyway, what'd you do?
I laughed too deep or something, and then
You okay?
boom.
Do we need to
Yeah.
stop the show?
No, we're all good. Show must go on.
So driving here again was so beautiful, except there was a lot of traffic. I don't know where they came from. It's not a holiday, is it? It's not a holiday, right? Because driving here, I was like, where are all these people coming
You know
from?
what it is?
What?
They're probably going out in Skagit for the tulips.
Oh,
And it's supposed to
okay.
be 63 degrees today.
Okay.
So it's
'Cause
supposed
I
to be a
was
great
like,
day.
What? These people are in my way. No. They're in.
Well, you should be
interrupting
driving
my
a
beautiful
plow.
drive.
Just drive a plow and just plow them all the way.
Well, and so what I did see, what is that body of water that I pass on my right after exit 193? And then it's like swamp or farmland, but there's a body of water
it's
there.
ocean water that actually comes in and then goes out. Well, there's two different things. There is
Right.
the poo-poo farm. So there's the poo-poo farm, but then beyond that, that's fresh water that comes in, from what I'm told.
Oh.
And then it goes in and out depending
Well,
on...
it looked really beautiful and
Yeah.
still, and you could see
Yeah.
the reflection of the trees.
Oh, it's
it was
really,
like a
really pretty.
painting this morning.
Yeah, I
driving
love it
here.
when it's filled in. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty when it's not, but it's even more pretty, obviously, because
Yeah,
then
it was
you have the
beautiful.
backdrops of the mountains on that
Yes.
side,
and you
it
could
is
just
really pretty.
see the reflections of the trees, and I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah,
My
it's
drive
really
here
pretty.
is always so beautiful.
One of my family members, Lisa and her family, the one that I got the Girl Scouts cookies from,
Yes.
Aria, they live over in that area.
Oh,
so,
okay,
And
okay.
they love, being able to see the water and all of
Yeah.
that. So it's always
I don't
my...
think I'd want to live right there on the water. Mosquitoes.
Well,
you
I mean, they're
floodlands.
close enough
Oh.
to the water, not like... Yeah, they
Oh.
can see the water, but I think...
Yeah.
the way the land goes, they can't go down there.
Right.
But it's
right.
enough of it that they can see from a distance, and it's a
Okay.
pretty little view. So,
Well-
yeah, I sound like I'm so deep voiced.
How are you
I'm not-
today?
Well, might be my subject. Yeah, I don't usually like.
You look
Well,
cute.
I will tell. Oops, make a noise. I love
You
ties.
look- So do I.
Love ties,
Yeah.
which I just found that out.
Yeah.
You think you know someone, and then you find out they
Right?
like ties.
We both love wearing shirts with
So
ties.
at Disney, I was
Yeah.
able to wear, when I worked for them, I was able to wear ties with them. And then
Yeah.
when I worked for Pottery Barn, I was also as well, because like
Yeah.
Pottery Barn, you had a dress code. It had to be black,
Smart.
white,
Looking smart.
grays, navies,
Yeah.
but they had to be all solids. But then, I'd sneak
Yeah.
in a tie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it
Love
was
ties.
fun.
Fun. Good
So
times.
guys are probably like, you are little wackadoodles because
Because they
can
hate wearing it,
And
they
this
have to
shirt is
wear
actually my maid's shirt,
That
so
is
I look like
really
I'm really
nice.
big and bulky under here because it's bigger. But
it
it's
looks really good.
it's fun. So
It's very
yeah.
fun. You look
So
very
you're probably
smart.
wondering, I'm smart.
Yeah, I was
Wait,
wondering. I
wait.
saw her. She didn't tell me who she was
I'm
presenting
a
today.
smart. Yeah.
And I
wait.
was like, what?
So you want to know who
Yeah,
I'm
I
doing?
do. Uh-oh.
Do you have any guesses?
What's that? What is that?
I'm going to take you back in time.
Oh, I see.
What do you think of the outfit?
I love
I
it.
have a jacket on, but I'm actually really hot right now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But imagine
Okay.
being a young lad,
Oh.
and it's your 11th birthday. And for your
got
birthday
me.
present, you don't get to pony the car, all of that. You get to find out, what do you think?
Ding, magic.
Magic, yes, Bing, you're right.
Okay.
You get to find out that you are actually, and you're an orphan, and that you are, you have uncles that are sorcerers and magic, and you're automatically uprooted from your house, and
Harry
you're sent,
Potter.
yes, Harry Potter,
Okay.
people.
Harry Potter. Are you doing?
Since RJ, why do I have RJ in my mouth?
I don't know.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K.
Yes.
Rowling. So you're
So,
doing the author?
I'm doing the author.
Excellent.
So just had to put a little play into it, a little spin in
I'm
it.
backing up everyone.
And
I don't want to get.
don't look too close. I just did this really quick. That's why
I'm surprised she didn't light it on fire.
Exactly. I had to open it because I did it at the last minute. I'm like, wait, I don't have my thing. I won't get you. You're really a nervous rabbit. And I'm like, I forgot all about my props, people. So because I just want to have like a little bit of fun with it. So
yeah, she's the fun one. Remember, I'm the serious one. I do all the serious people.
She does.
She does all the fun.
That's
okay. That's a nice.
It balances out.
It
but
does.
you know what this is made out of?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. It really won't hurt you.
Sure.
So
That's what
I
they all say.
broke a hanger and spray painted it really quick.
Oh, that's
and then
cute.
and then I had to dry it. And I was drying it in the house, and I'm like, oh gosh, the whole house smells like
Paint.
Paint. And so
Is
she
that why
comes
the
in,
windows
she's
are
like,
open? It's
cold in here. Yeah, so I went ahead and made it really quick. So I just hadn't thought that.
Okay.
But I have plenty of ties to work it out. So, yeah, what an amazing story. So
Yeah, I would be interested to know more about her.
yeah, this was great for me to find out more about her. I'm just gonna slide that over.
Okay.
So Joanne is her name, and
What's her name?
Joanne.
Joanne. Okay.
Joanne. I'm like all of a sudden doubting myself.
Well, I didn't know who you were.
And well, they always show Joanne Rowling, and I'm like, but why is it J.K. Rowling?
Yeah, what is that?
Well, she actually has no middle name.
Oh.
Which, yeah, there are people that don't have a middle name. So she was never given a middle name. But she took her grandma's. Mm-hmm. She loved her grandma. She took her grandma's name, Kathleen.
Oh.
And so it became J.K. Rowling's.
Wow.
Now, why do you think she threw that K in there?
Well, it sounds balanced.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Sure.
Well, this is back in the day where female writers, that makes it sound like she was like really old, because this is back, she's like 2 years younger than me. So she was born in 65, actually July 31st, 65. She's a Leo.
Wow, she's
a Leo.
day after me.
Yeah. So she female writers, and it's funny to think that still in the days of the 90s that she went by J.K. Rowling's because it sounded masculine.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah.
And then she also went with another pseudonym, and I have it right here. Wow. Where'd it go? Robert, how do you pronounce that though? Galbraith? Okay. Galbraith. So she went by that name as well on the other stories that she would write, because she had the fear that people would not read them, and also with the storyline that I'll get into with Harry Potter, that boys aren't going to be, like, who's going to buy a book from a female for little boys on wizards and such, right?
That makes sense, sure.
So that's why she went with the doing it the J.K. Rowling.
So smart.
So yeah, so I was like, wow, because then she goes, a woman author would be less popular with the boys, is actually what her quote is.
Makes sense.
Yeah, she was born in Yate, and I have no idea how to pronounce this one.
Gloucestershire.
There we go. Well done. England.
Gloucestershire.
And,
is that where she was born?
That's where she was born.
Okay.
And I'm not going to go into the parents. I'm not even going to talk about the parents. Well, I do talk about the parents in the sense, but I don't go into like what they did and all that kind of stuff. But she was actually an author and a philanthropist.
A philanthropist.
Philanthropist. I actually did put a little dot between philanthropist. I always screw that name up.
A philanthropist.
There you go. See, she's just gonna, speak for me.
She gives away money.
So that's what her occupation is, and her alma mater was the University of Exeter Morehouse.
Exeter Morehouse. Yes.
Yeah. So she's a British author, obviously, and her years of active is from 97 to present.
Okay.
And so she's had 2 spouses. So her first spouse, this was really interesting. So her first spouse, she was married to in 1992, and then they were divorced in 1995. So she, well, I'll go into that in a second. I'll just let you know. She does have a sister that is 2 years older. Her net worth in 2023, look at that number.
Wow. That's why she's a philanthropist.
$1 billion.
She likes to give away her money as well. She's
And then I'll go into her quotes at the end. But the whole Harry Potter was created, actually. She was on a train. So what happened is her mom got multiple sclerosis, got really, really sick. That ended up putting a really big rift in the family, obviously. Her dad became very, he was a very,
angry?
Yeah, angry. So he came off very mean, and, like, she doesn't talk to him. So
was he not
very
a good caregiver? Is that what happened? He was burnt out?
From kind of everything going on, and then she's 15 and she's going through her thing,
right?
And he can't handle her, and he's working with the mom, and he just doesn't handle it well. Which that happens. We don't have a script on how to handle that when it happens.
No, it's always a first.
So her mom ends up going. I was going to jump up. I don't know why I
that's okay.
broke this all up. But the Harry Potter was created while she was actually on a train. She had a 4-hour delay on the train, and she just actually it was following the death of her mom. So her mom did end up dying of multiple sclerosis, and she was very stressed out. And her dad and her had that strained relationship. And then it was
I wonder when her mom died.
That's a very good question. I'm trying to think. So she died she started in 97, so she's born in, so do your calculator really quick. I guess I didn't think about that. So go ahead and do, actually,
so she might have been in her early 30s, was it?
Well, she married
this gentleman.
She married, I can say
gentleman.
Jorge, Ortiz, because I was giving like a little bit of a bullet on this page and then going into the details here. Okay. So she's probably around that age, because she...
so quite late in life, she became an author of these books.
Yeah, well, she actually, when you go back, she actually in school, so that's where I didn't lead myself out very well. So she was only 15 when her mom, so if you... she was only 15 when her mom was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
But I wonder how old she was when her mom died, though.
And then she...
I can just Google it.
Well, here. I was diagnosed... when she was... Her mom was only 35.
Her mom was only 35?
Yeah, only 35. Yeah. So she had her young.
So maybe she was
because her
younger.
mom and dad got married when they were 19. They were really, really young.
Wow, that's so sad.
So, so all of that, she's 4 hours on this train.
Right.
And she got nothing but time. She's staring out, the England countryside.
Yeah.
And she said all of a sudden this just all came to her.
Right.
And so then... So there's 7 volumes of the fantasy series published from 1997. I'm going to give an overview, then I'm going to go into some details.
Okay.
From 1997 to 2007, it sold over 600 million copies. They were translated into 84 languages.
Can you imagine?
It spawned a global media franchise, including film and video games. When the film first opened up in the U.S., it debuted on 8,200 screens throughout the U.S., and it earned $93.5 million. It was $20 million than the Jurassic Park the Lost World of Jurassic Park, and it ended up being the top grossing film in 2001.
We all love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So the first novel, then she was amazing.
And I think she might have been 25 when her mom died, and her mom, I think,
you're right. 25. Rowling was 25. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep. I wasn't sure when I saw that.
No, that's good.
Yeah, because she had to give up her job due to her mom's illness. And I think her
mom was a little bit older when she herself died, right? You said 30.
Well, when she
got sick, I think diagnosed.
She was diagnosed. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think she died at 45.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Right.
That's probably about right.
But this was interesting to note because she started, she created that around 25, age 25, which is amazing.
It's amazing.
Right.
So she, I love the collaboration. So her first novel that she wrote for adults, because she'd written all of these for boys, is what she said, was published in 2012, and she wrote the Cormoran Strike. It's an ongoing crime fiction series, and then she wrote that under the alias of the Robert Galbraith. Yeah. So she started writing actually when she was younger. So some other notes to put out. She has co-founded the charity Loomis and established the Volent Charitable Trust named after her mom.
Oh, that's nice.
And then she's also known for being publicly speaking and pressed about her opinions on transgender and related civil rights since 2017. So
is there some controversy there? She's anti?
No, she's for.
Oh, she
from
is?
What I see, from what
I thought there was controversy. I don't know.
I'm just
speculating.
I need to do a little bit more research on that part.
Okay.
I need to go into that part of her life. And then she was bullied. She was bullied. She was bullied since she was 11 years old. And so she was inspired by her favorite teacher, Lucy Shepard, who taught the importance and structure of precision in writing. So she was shy. She craved playing the heavy electric guitar, and the teacher was impressed by her imagination. So her mom, Ann, strongly influenced her. And her sister and mom also instilled confidence and enthusiasm of her storytelling. So as she's going through school, they describe her as an average student. She just was having a hard time fitting in. She's shy. She was bullied. And so I think the storytelling became like her escape from all of that. But then we talked about Anne was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't go into all the details, otherwise we'd be here for like probably 4 hours.
Yeah.
So but the big important part was that she gave up her job during her illness. Yeah. And then so her life became complicated, and she became a very, very unhappy teenager.
Sure. That's a tough age.
Yep.
Also caregiving. You love your family, your parents, and caregiving can be
very, very, very hard.
Know.
Exactly. Yeah. Another part that I forgot is that when she was doing a quote in 2020, her father had actually preferred a son, and described, and then she was also described herself as being a severe obsessive compulsive disorder at the age of 15. So due to the stress of her mom and her relationship with the restrained father, she just kind of became that way.
Yeah.
So then she began to smoke.
Oh, she was a smoker?
She was a smoker. I don't know where that got. That was a little bit more of a
Irish
in there, but that's because I was listening to Buffini yesterday.
Oh,
he's got a little accent. And she took an interest in the alternative rock. That's why she liked the electric guitar.
Nice.
And then she ended up adapting to the black combed hair and the black eyeliner.
The little rebel.
Yep, the little rebel. Because here her mom, that's been her support, is dying and ailing. So then she became. So then she living in the small town with the pressures of home, she decided to really focus on her schooling. Mm. So which is good, rather than going out and tearing up the town.
Really, I mean.
So, but she actually never told her mom about the different writings that she was doing. So her grandmother died in between this time, right? And so that's when she's like, she never took the time. She never told her mom about the writing and the ideas of Harry Potter.
Sure.
So her mom's death really affected her writing. Yeah. So it was really, really, really hard on her. So she later said that the literary creation of the Mirror of Eris is about, and I haven't watched them all, so I apologize. I do want to sit down and do
like a marathon.
Do a marathon.
Me too.
It's about a mother's death and noted an evident parallelism between Harry confronting his own mortality and her life.
Yeah.
So she does throw parts of her life in there, which kind of gives me the chills.
Yeah.
So with the pain and the loss of her mother and some personal effects that were stolen, she ended up, she had a boyfriend like on and off, but she just wasn't really committed to that. She ended up, ditching the boyfriend and ending that. And then she ended up being in a state of flight or fight, and which led her to move to Portugal in 1991.
Wow, nice.
So she's stressing, nothing's working out,
Yeah.
not working with the boyfriend. I'm out.
Portugal too, as well.
I'm out. I'm not going to hit you. That's her kung fu. She's trained for this. No, I will never do that. So she's out. She's like out. And that's where she met her first husband. That's why, I didn't go into it. Her first husband was Jorge. Jorge has the last name. It is.
Let's see.
Jorge.
Arantes.
Yep. And it was a very tumultuous relationship. So they met in a bar, and then 5 months.
Passion.
Yeah, and then she ended up in 1992. So that's 1991, and then so mid 1992. They went to go introduce her to his parents, and then I guess during that time she suffered a miscarriage.
Oh.
So yeah, so the relationship was troubled, but they ended up getting married anyway. Which
happens.
You're young, you're not thinking,
you had
a lot of drama going on,
Yeah.
so you're just like, this is my safe house, right?
That's right.
So they would end up having a daughter, and she was born Jessica in 1993.
Okay.
By this time, she had finished her first 3 chapters of Harry Potter.
That's amazing.
And the Philosopher's
Here
Stone.
she is going through all of that.
Yeah, and then there was domestic abuse.
And she writes a masterpiece from Jorge?
Yeah, so there was domestic abuse in their marriage. And he said in his thing that he did not regret what he did to her. I mean, I don't ask me why he would say something like that, but...
Unbelievable.
and this is Wikipedia. Wikipedia is my source.
Unbelievable.
So her husband, she said Rowling's described her marriage as short and
Catastrophic.
Thank you. Having problems today. Maybe I need to use the wand on my mouth. You're okay. I'm right here. I'll keep it over here. Her husband would not allow her to have a key to her own house.
Oh.
That says it right there.
Yeah.
And end up using
so many things
the growing
to say about that.
Yeah, and then he ended up using the growing manuscript of her first book as hostage. Not a nice man. Mm-hmm. That's why they're only married 3 años. So they separated at the end of 1993, and then she actually had to. So he actually kicked her out, and she couldn't. He couldn't leave. He's like, "No, you're out of here." So then she ended up getting the police involved. She made her leave without her daughter.
Oh no!
So then she got the police, came back saying, "Okay, I'm taking my daughter. We're out."
Yeah,
so
good.
And then she went into hiding for 2 weeks before she left Portugal. And then so she went and she moved in with her sister in Scotland.
Oh.
But at that time, so she wasn't working. She was a single parent, and she was living on $103 assistance from the government
Per week. Wow.
per week
Yeah, it's not
with
much.
a child.
Yeah. In the 90s.
Mom's not eating. I mean,
Yeah,
I've been there, done that.
Same here.
You just, yeah. And so she didn't want to be a burden to her sister that had just recently married.
Yeah.
And then moved to the flat. So she ended up moving into her own flat that she described as mouse ridden. Oh. Which, when you only have $103, per week. So that was where her life was then. So then 7 years after graduating, she viewed herself as a failure due to the grinding effects of the poverty, being a single parent, having a failed marriage, and she was jobless. Wow. So she was just,
that's a lot.
So her writing was the only thing that was liberating her and getting her through everything, and her daughter. So, because she lost her mom, she lost grandma, she didn't have the dad, dad was in this scenario. So then they did file for divorce in 1994. And so then she just was experiencing really deep depression and actually considered suicide.
Sure.
So 9 months of therapy, she gradually improved. And then the divorce became final in 1995. So she finished the book. She wanted to finish the book before she started enrolling as a teacher training course, because she's like, okay, I got to hurry up and finish this. I've got to get a job. I got to get something stable for my daughter.
Right.
And so her secretarial work would bring in, but this is like only $22 per week. So she would lose benefits if she earned more,
right?
Because of what she was receiving.
Horrible catch, people. We got to come up with a better system.
Exactly.
Mothers, it feels like in some countries, just don't hold value. It's like you're raising a child, and people don't consider giving you a salary for that.
They don't.
You can only make this much money, and if you make over this, then we take all your money away. What?
I know, it's like that. Where is that fair?
It's not.
So there does have to be a different system.
It'd be nice to shift that.
So she actually says that writing the first Harry Potter book actually saved her life.
Nice.
So it's amazing. So she goes on to the book. She had submitted that book first to 12 publishers, and they all rejected it.
Okay, wow.
They're all like, "Yeah, you're smoking crack, lady.
Really?
This isn't good." So this guy, Barry Cunningham, that ran a children's literary department, he actually bought her manuscript of the book,
Potter?
The first one. And then Nigel Newton, he headed the department. Saw that his 8-year-old was reading that manuscript, and wanted to keep reading it. So then he's like, "Yeah, you're onto something." So that's where they ended up in 1997 publishing the first one, Philosopher's Stone, and it ran 5,650 copies, and then she received her first royalties, which were $4,200. So then her next 3 books get released, and there's a lot more into this with I didn't go into all those details, but how she partners with Warner Brothers, and they buy the rights to her first novel, and she gets $1 million for that. And then she starts the empire of all the the swords. I'll do it over here, swords, and the all the trinkets that go along with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And it just goes out on screen. It becomes such a hit, like we said. That first one ends up doing $93.5 million. But so Rowling says, stated that she believes in God, but has experienced doubt that has led, because of her struggles with faith, play a part in her books. And she doesn't believe in magic or witchcraft.
Right.
It's just what was created in her fantasy mind to escape where she was at.
That's right.
So, and the one nice thing, her friend in 1995, her friend had given her enough money that allowed her to come off her benefits, enroll in college, and learn and earn a teaching degree certificate, and had begun teaching while she was doing this. Now, I didn't go into a lot of detail with. Then she ends up meeting her husband, her second husband, which she's still married to. Oh. He actually is a anesthesiast, right?
Yes.
Okay. I get, these words that I don't use every day kind of trip me up.
They do me
So
too.
his name is Dr. Neil Murray, and they got married in 2001. So they do have 2 children. David was born in 2003, and Mackenzie was born in 2005. So they do have 3 children. So what I find just fascinating is this is why we do this. This is why we love these stories.
Yeah.
Is because here's someone they're really struggling,
Yeah.
and they take she could have totally rebelled. She's already starting that way. Not saying that listening to music is going to make you rebel, but she already had the environment where screw you, I'm going to just go off. My dad doesn't care. Lost my mom. Things were all falling apart and all that kind of stuff. But she didn't. She went into her mind, and her mind ended up saving her and getting her financially set and stable. This person's worth over with the $1 billion. So, and she's like the first or second. I didn't write down the second person or the first person. So she holds a title in England because of her being the second person to ever pierce through and become such a success. And she's known all around the world.
Yes.
That thing was what I said, 85 different languages.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So
really beautiful.
The cool thing is, out of all of her despair, she had her faith, and then I will do some quotes for her. She had her faith but then she had faith, but then she's also like, what are you doing? Why am I going through all this despair? But she had enough faith to keep going, pulled her through for the love of her child, didn't kill herself. And now we're grateful that there's seven of those. And she actually...
That was
7 of those,
question.
And she has... I have a list. She's done a whole bunch of stuff. And like I said, there's a lot of details in the Wikipedia story that I didn't go through with her husband. But it goes through, and this is the cool thing about Wikipedia. It goes through and it shows exactly when the dates that she did the first Philosopher's Stone was June 26th of 1997.
When they were published.
When they were published, yep. And then the Chamber of the Secrets, and it goes on.
Wow.
And then it shows all of her, she has 7 adult fiction books under that
pseudonym.
That pseudonym, but that series of the crime series.
Pseudonym, what's it?
But I know what you mean. Under not a false name.
My brain just left the building.
Also known as name.
Pseudonym.
It is a pseudonym. And then she's written all these different books and articles. So she's written 2 books. And they talk about one of her books being auctioned off.
Some of those.
Yeah. The Cuckoo's Calling. So these are her crime: the Silkworm, the Career of Evil, Lethal White, Trouble Blood, and the Ink Black Heart, the Running Grave. These are all done under that pseudonym name of Robert Galbraith. So, and those were all done between 2013 to 2023. So she's ongoing in that. That's why it says, so that would be great. I didn't know she did that. I didn't know she did adult crime stuff.
She's busy. Oh, is that
articles?
A photo of her?
Yeah, this is her. I didn't.
She's quite beautiful.
She's really, really beautiful. This is a black and white. Ignore the notes. But this is her.
Good notes. I love
And
those.
she's actually been to the White House. She
Very
actually, she said Rowling's parents met on the train from King's Cross Station. Her portal to the magic world is platform 9 3/4. So that comes from where her mom and dad met when they were 19.
Oh, wow.
She actually put that into her book. So that's what I think is really, really cool.
Her mind is so creative.
Yeah, so this is the platform.
She's, a creative genius there.
So that's
creative.
And then this is her childhood home. That's her childhood home.
Aww.
That's her little childhood home. That's a really nice looking home.
Let me see that.
Yeah. And then this is when she went
quite
to
a nice childhood home.
Portugal when she was doing her teaching. That's where she met the bad guy.
Oh, very nice.
And then, so there's so much more like on the publishing and her remarriage and the religion and all that. Because it does say that she did grow up next to a church. And she began attending Church of Scotland, where Jessica was christened. And she's done many, many different interviews. And then she married, like I said, her current husband in 2001. At that time, her daughter was 8 years old. So they were trying to do it in privacy and all of that. But you know, when you're
a celebrity,
that's kind of hard. And then, you know, she was named the first billionaire dollar author. She denied that she was a billionaire in the 2005. She's a very humble person.
Yeah,
she's a very.
She
very
wanted to keep that on
person.
the down low, which I would as well if I was a billionaire.
Yeah, for sure.
People be knocking at your door.
She's ranked the 196th richest person in the UK.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, that's a lot of people to be so rich. Oh.
She also owns a 4.5 million Georgian house in Kensington.
Good for her.
And a 2 million home in Edinburgh. I always like to say that when they say Edinburgh, how they do that. I watched this Money for Nothing.
Yeah.
And I always love the guy that narrates that because he goes, Edinburgh. That's the way they do it in their little English accent.
Nice.
Very, very cool.
Wow, I love J.K. Rowling. And her real name is Joanne?
Her real name is Joanne.
Joanne Rowling. What an amazing woman.
And then
look at all the stuff. She really channeled that energy into creating great stories. And you said she has a sibling?
She has she has a sister.
Okay.
Yeah, she has a sister.
On the down low, she keeps her private, or
that I didn't get into. I'm sure that they
was that her when she was younger?
Oh, that's when she was receiving. I didn't show you that
one. Teacher's degree.
Yeah, her teacher's degree. So here's a woman that's never given up.
Wow.
She's got her certificate. She kept on. She had great players in her life. She has some great quotes I'd like to share.
And I'm impressed. She was married. She had 3 children, and she went on and keeps writing still.
Oh, yeah.
Impressive.
Oh, yeah. One of her quotes is that I love this. Anything is possible if you've got enough nerve.
Yeah, that's right.
That's bingo. That sets it spot on.
Got enough nerve and follow through.
Exactly. And a great quote that Iris said she didn't even know, because she didn't know who I was going to do. Kind of surprised her.
She's surprised.
So she had the one that says, choose people who are good for your vibe. Don't lower yours just to fit in. So this is actually Semitic in the book. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but the whole premise of the book is him going through these journeys, and he picks out those. Oh, and I had written them down. The three.
That makes perfect sense. I get it.
So that's why I thought that one was perfect.
That is perfect.
That fit in. So he finds these 3 classmates, and that was another thing I was going to touch on. So not only is she a success, then all what she did for all the people that are in the movie industry, the 3 actors, which I should have you Google up, because I had their names and then I don't know why.
Well, there were so many of them.
Well, the 3 main characters, which I thought I wrote those down, but I don't have them. Oh, I think I have them on the back of this. I got them.
Oh, you got them.
Yeah, I forgot to include this. So, started the careers of Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, which we know her.
I love her.
And Rupert. I wrote it really fast. Rupert. I don't know your name.
Rupert.
You can. I guess you have to Google it. Rupert. I have it.
Yes.
Rupert. I don't know. Something. But Rupert. We know Rupert. The little redhead. So they went on to have, great careers.
Grant? Is it Grant or Grant?
Probably Grant.
That looks like a picture.
That's him.
Yep.
Grant. Yep.
So cute.
He's so cute.
They're all so cute. Cute kids. We can call them kids because we're older.
Yes, exactly. So when you think of not only that, it's so great to think of one idea, people, sparks so much. It's like the dominoes, but in a good way.
Yeah.
You know
She was definitely a creative genius, though, with her writing. I mean,
So
most writers would suffer from so much writer's block, and she excelled.
She worked through that, because that was her.
She?
Well, because she was having a really trouble writing, but then she had to focus and channel because she was so distraught from her mom dying.
That's really
because her
amazing.
mom. So she used to do storytelling with her mom and her sister all the time.
Yeah.
So they were the ones that really gave her that confidence.
Right.
So there again, parents, people, and you know, just not just parents, but people. Yeah. Remember, confidence is so key in young children and grown-ups to give them that confidence to have her feel like she could go out there and do anything.
And that's something we talk about all the time, being kind to others. You don't know what they're going through. And if we can be supportive, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And help people.
And then she has some other great quotes. She goes, I believe in hard work and luck. And that was the first often that leads to the second. Yeah. Another quote says, we do not need magic to transform our world. Oh. So, we don't need it. I mean, we got it right here inside of us, to transform. So, if it's a good book, anyone will read it. Yeah. So, these are all little quotes of hers. And we all got both light and dark inside of us. That's important. So, and that's touching on, so she's got the uncles, the evil ones, and they battle through all of that. And there's 7 stories. And so it's amazing to think how that just came to her on a train one day. She was sitting on a train, 4 hours on a train delay.
When you're creative.
Yeah, it just came to her. Yeah. And she didn't, the weird thing is she kept playing in her head because she had nothing to write down on. Wow. There were times she's like, I have no paper. She remembered. So she kept playing this visual loop in her head of these characters and how she wanted to be. Wow. To where it's cemented in her brain. To where then the minute that she was able to write things down, then she started just dumping it all out. Yeah.
Remarkable. Really.
And I
good job, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. I wanna say that and maybe I'm wrong. I wanted to say that she typed it all out on a typewriter, but I could be mistaken.
She might have made that up. We don't know for sure.
Yeah. But so that's again that is through through whatchamacallit, through the Wikipedia. Yeah. Very nice. And so if you guys get a chance,
I'd like to check out her books.
Check out her adult crime series.
Yes.
That she's still ongoing doing, but that's under that pseudonym Robert Galbraith. And that's all I have.
That's amazing. That really is. What a story.
Well, nice. Not that I'm a mean person, but it's like, take that, ex-husband. You know what I mean? It's like, he was trying to hold her back, and I think probably because he saw how
we don't know.
We don't know all the story.
Yeah, we don't know the facts about him, and he could have been in his youth as well and dumb and just hormonal and he might not have had any coping skills apparently, obviously, and didn't know how to be a married person or a father or a husband or a friend. And he took controlling issues. Maybe that was his true spirit. We don't know. We don't know him. And it's also a father of one of her children, so I don't want to speculate.
No, I'm just glad that she was so successful despite. That's all I'm trying to say. So I'm not a mean person. I'm glad that she
you're not a mean person.
Overcame that to show him, see, you could be as mean and as cruel as you want.
That's right. You're not going to dim my spirit
not gonna be,
and my creativity.
Right. You're not going to, I'm not going to.
I wonder how old she was when she married him. Like, what was her age? Let me look that up.
Yeah, you can look that up.
Because that's a good thing to look up because it kind of speaks to the maturity
level. Well, it was
the
90s. She got married in, we could do the math.
Okay.
She got married.
When did she get married? I'll just do the math really quick.
Yeah, wait a minute. She got married in 92. 1965.
So she was about 27. Okay. She got married about 27. Okay. So we don't know for sure. But I don't know. Was he younger or older? We don't know that really.
No, I didn't go into that. that part of him.
And I can't believe that he came on an interview and said that he didn't regret.
Yeah, he didn't regret how he was, how he'd been with her.
Very interesting.
Very interesting personality.
Yeah, that is
but then that can be a
interesting.
catapult too to her to be even more successful, because it's like, well, I'm just not gonna let you pin me down. I'm just gonna go for it. And it's
good job.
Thanks. Well, thank you to
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah,
Joanne.
I have giving us the wonderful books to take our minds away and transport into another world.
And to all the children, it's helped, and a fantasy to believe in, and it helps children and adults be imaginative. There are so many Harry Potter fans all around the world.
My neighbor is.
Her neighbor is.
Yes.
Okay. And
don't know if she wants me to speak out that, but
no one knows.
So, fabulous neighbors.
Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. If you want to write to us, you can write to us at
got it over here.
What
is our coffee podcast
3, the number 3, at gmail.com. And I tested the email and it does work.
It does work. We're just waiting, people.
Yeah. So,
don't make me zap you.
Okay, thanks for listening and be kind.
And have a great day.
Thank you.
Ciao for now.
Bye.